I, as Tripti, honestly won't go and lick someone's shoe if someone asks me. You're questioning your character, judging your character, which is something they teach you in your acting classes as well, that the day you start judging your character, you're not 100% there. He's not selfish as an actor is what I would say. He makes sure that your performance is equally good. My phone has been constantly ringing. I am getting sleepless nights because, the excitement of reading those messages, it keeps you up all night. A lot of people are watching the films that you've done and they are, giving you cute tags.
Hi guys, this is Ramesh and welcome to Pinkfiller. Today we have with us Tripti Dimri, who is riding high on the success of Animal. Welcome to Pinkfiller.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
My first question to you is, how has life changed in the post-Animal world?
I've been getting a lot of love from people, which is always special, always a good feeling. And my phone has been constantly ringing. I am getting sleepless nights because, the excitement of reading those messages, it keeps you up all night. So all is all good. I mean, I'm getting a lot of love, which is always good and always a good feeling. Yeah.
But how does it feel, tasting such a big success? Did you expect this sort of response to your character, your track?
Not really. It wasn't expected at all because I thought, I have a small role in the film and maybe it'll come and go. Some people who already know me from Bulbul and Kala might see it and notice me and talk about it. But I wasn't expecting so many people to connect with the film and the character. And it's a wonderful surprise for me as well. So it's amazing.
And how has the industry perception changed towards you? Have there been calls for more offers, or what has it been like?
It's only been 6 days,
But still, there are so many
But a lot of people from the industry have obviously congratulated me and appreciated me for my performance, which is always, it's amazing. Yeah.
And how was it to work with Ranbir?
It was amazing. I mean, I've always been a fan of his work and, how he looks at art and acting, and he's just, I feel, as someone who's very honest with his performances. Whichever film you watch of Ranbir, he's too good, and that is, something that I want to crack also as an actor, that whatever you do is good. So it was amazing. I mean, I've always wanted to share screen space with him because, I thought it's so good that I want to see it in person and learn from him. And there are so many things that an actor goes through on a set, so I wanted to see how he keeps his calm and still gives an amazing performance each and every time. There was a lot of learning with him on set. He's very calm, very someone who looks at a scene as a scene and he's not selfish as an actor is what I would say. He makes sure that your performance is equally good.
Everyone is comfortable, basically.
Everybody is comfortable,
But is there anything that, any sort of conversation you had with him which has stayed with you?
With him,
on the sets?
I think there's this confession scene that is there in the film. I was very nervous that day, and for some reason I just could not remember my lines, and I was forgetting them again and again and again. And he was so generous and so kind that day that he asked me, being who he is, like the star, he asked me whether, he's like, do you want to go first? Like, should we do your closes first because it's your scene? And very few people do that. So that is something that has stayed with me. And I was noticing that he's nice to everybody. Like, there was another actor who asked him to help him with his lines, and he was learning his own lines, improvising there and helping the other actor also. And I was like, wow, I mean, this is such a wonderful quality to have as an actor, where you're all about the other people that are in the scene. So that was special
on the screen as well, when everyone is comfortable with
the
dynamics and everything. Do you remember the first time when Sandeep or anyone, I mean, I don't know, Sandeep or Bhushan Kumar, whoever called you and said that there's this film called Animal that we are making and we want you to do this part?
So after Bulbul, there was one guy that I met on a TVC shoot. He was assisting a DOP, and he told me that Sandeep sir is making a film with Ranbir and he wants to cast you opposite him. And I was like, what? And then then a year passed and nothing came from, no news came from them. And then one day I get a call from T-Series saying that a director wants to meet you. And I met him. And first day we only spoke about life and things. Then he met me another day, and that is when he told me about the character and the film.
Yeah.
And he offered me the role. He said, I've loved your work in Bulbul and I would like you to play Zoya only if you're comfortable, because I won't say it's a meaty role. It's a, 10 minutes cameo, and it's again a negative role.
Yeah.
So if you're comfortable
Doing it then.
Yeah.
And how were your interactions with Sandeep like? Because like you said, there's so much happening with your character even in that 10 minutes. So what were your...
So that day only he told me that, she's a negative character. She's coming into his life with a motive. She's obviously from, Abra's side, and she's come with a motive. But I want you to keep it all inside. And on your face, I only want to see innocence, because when the audience sees you on screen for the first time, or, for whatever time you're in the film, I don't want them to think that you've come with a motive. I want them to think that this guy has forgotten about his wife and is having a full-blown affair with this woman. But he knows it from day one. But that was, I think, the brief for both of us, that nobody should come to know that, there's something else going on in the character's mind, which I think I found interesting and challenging at the same time. You hardly get such roles, when you're given a negative character to play, you have a certain template you want to follow. These are the expressions I'll give, this is how I'm going to say my lines, there'll be this background score and the entry essay. But he changed all of that for me. He's like, here is a negative role, you have to make it positive with all those intentions inside, which makes it a lot more interesting and fun. So that happened, and even on set he was very, he's someone who gives you a lot of freedom, a lot of free hand as an actor. He would be like, this is the intention of the scene and you go do it. He's not stuck up on lines. He's not someone who's like, this is how you emote, do this, do that. He gives you one liner and he says, now you do it. You know your job. And he's someone who makes sure that you're also involved in everything. So when he calls cut, he calls you to the monitor, plays the BGM for the scene and makes you watch it with the BGM, which makes it much more interesting, because with the sound, it makes a difference. And he will ask everybody then after seeing the shot, was it okay? Was it okay? What do you feel about it? Is there something more we can do with it? So, when you're involved like that in scenes, then you do feel like giving your 200%. Yeah.
And there is this end credit scene in Animal where I think now we can say his clone comes in, and then you are in that sequence and it ends with Animal Park, which indicates that there is a meatier role which you will be having in the sequel. Have there been any discussions about?
There have been no discussions around it, honestly. Even I was done with the shoot and I thought I was doing another film, and then again I got a call from the T-Series saying that he wants you to come for one more day. There's something he wants to shoot, and I think that's something that the idea came to him much later once he was into the film. I'm not sure about it, but I'm guessing. Then that's when I get a call and he told me that this is what I'm doing today. This is the scene. We said okay, but I don't know if this is gonna take...
I think your character would have an interest. You're hiding it, but given how the film has ended, you are stuck in between a soup. So I'm sure it is from there.
I hope so. Fingers crossed to that. But let's see. This is a question for Sandeep sir.
To answer. And Tripti, how do you view at the fact that people have now woken up to the work that you have done in the past? Like people are revisiting Kala, people are seeing Bulbul. How do you view that, which is...
I'm loving it. I mean, who wouldn't want, this? I mean, I always wanted more and more people to watch Bulbul and watch Kala, and those films got a lot of love when they released. I won't deny that. But, still reaching to a wider audience is another story altogether. And I've been getting so many messages from people who have gone and watched Bulbul and Kala, because there were people who were recommending those films to other people, and I'm sure a lot of them have watched it now and they've written such beautiful, long messages to me, and it feels special. Yeah, it feels good. You want more and more people, those films, to reach out to more and more people. Yeah.
Right. And next up for you is Mere Mehboob Mere Sanam, or
That is
whatever
yeah.
it is, whatever, with Vicky. Basically, you're doing a film
Yeah,
with Vicky.
yeah.
Could you tell us something on that as to how excited?
All I can say is that it'll be something very different from whatever I've done till now.
Yeah.
As an actor, it is completely opposite.
Okay.
So it'll be a good surprise
Comedy.
for yeah. Comedy.
It's a comedy. Yeah.
It'll be a good surprise for the audiences.
And online there have been reports about you being approached for Spirit as well. Any truth to
No.
that? No. Nothing as of now.
As of now.
Hopefully it comes your way. You never know. Right. What are the films in the pipeline for you?
Right now I can't really talk about the films.
In the pipeline.
I have not been given the green card. So
But
there are a couple of films that will come out in the next few years. So yeah, fingers crossed to that.
And what are the genres that you want to do as an...
I want to do an out and out action, where I'm doing the action
Yeah.
bit. That I want to do. I want to do dark comedy. Yeah, these two for now.
These two for now.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get to see you
Hopefully.
in those two films as well.
Yeah.
And Tripti, when we talk of Animal, there's another aspect which has been spoken about on the social media is one particular sequence. Which,
Yeah.
It's there between you and Ranbir.
Yeah.
Wherein he asks you about licking his shoes and
Yeah.
how do you react when...
I think when I was doing the scene also, we had multiple conversations around it.
Yeah.
And, I think you have to look at a character as a character. And I've said this before, that you got to humanize your characters, because they're also human beings and they are reacting out of the experiences they've had in life. Like sometimes, there's good, bad, ugly in all of us. We have a dark side, and sometimes we react out of that, and that only happens when something major has happened in life, or and it's the experiences that we have growing up that shapes us as a person. Sometimes you go too dark, sometimes you're not, right? You're only playing in the middle somewhere. And that similar way, you have to humanize your characters as well. It's a character you're playing, it's their life, they are doing what they are doing because of their understanding of life. So that is how I think one should be viewing such scenes. I, as Tripti, honestly won't go and lick someone's shoe if someone asks me. I would be like, were you offended? I would be like, why should I do it? But for Zoya, maybe she felt like doing it because Zoya is not Tripti. She has her own life, she has her own reasons to do it, and I feel like when you sign a project, you give in to the director's vision. You have to, believe in the world he's creating. You have to, do your job with utmost honesty. Only then it will be able to translate on screen and reach out to people. Otherwise, if you're doing it half-heartedly, if you're questioning your character, judging your character, which is something they teach you in your acting classes as well, that the day you start judging your character, you're not 100% there. You have to believe in them, and you have to, whatever they're doing, even if they're killing someone or even if they're abusing their parents, you have to believe in that. Like if you watch a scene where a kid is abusing the parents, it's such a traumatic scene for everybody, right? But that character is doing it, and that you have to justify it in your head some way or the other, that in that moment it's right. It is what he wants to do, right? It's that side of the character. So you have to look at it like that, and I honestly look at it like that as an actor. If I'm given a scene, I would do anything and everything to convince myself that this is right for my character, and that's my job on that day. That's all I would say.
And before we wrap up today, since last 3-4 days, whenever we scroll Instagram, we are just seeing National Crush, the new National Crush. How do you view that entire Twitter, Instagram, everywhere they are terming you It's
amazing. I mean, it's a good feeling. Obviously, who wouldn't like it or enjoy it? So it's an amazing feeling. I'm really happy, and I've been getting a lot of love. Even when I step out now, there are people who recognize me, who they wouldn't earlier, right? So it feels good that a lot of people are watching the films that you've done, and they're giving you cute tags.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful feeling. Yeah.
And you are seeing them all. You are scrolling
Obviously.
through them.
I'm getting tagged. My phone is constantly ringing.
Yeah.
So I do keep checking. I read comments. I read messages. I go through everything.
Perfect. On that note, thank you so much. It was
Thank
lovely
you.
speaking to you, and wish you all the best for all the projects.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.